welcome to episode 5
Five.
Of Moon Diary Moments. We're Moonstruck Melodies, and this is our little documentation of our experiences as independent musicians, married couple independent musicians traveling around playing music. This is our dog Eva. You've probably seen her in the last few episodes.
Yeah,
she likes
we
to be
usually
involved.
do this right before it's her dinner time, which
Yes.
is crazy on our part. But that's why
Pretty
she
consistently
seems,
we've done that though.
that's why she seems so crazy.
So today we're talking about our one of our shows. I think it's today's Emporium Sports Bar here in Fort Collins, Colorado. It was done April 14th.
Yeah, it was
here
a
in Fort
Friday
Collins,
show.
Colorado. Yeah. Local sports bar, Emporium Sports Bar.
It's cool. It's like Dazed and Confused themed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like their slogans like all right,
Yeah.
and they've got like the whole thing because in
Bunch
Dazed
of
and
pool
Confused,
tables, bunch of
if you're
dartboards.
familiar with the movie, it's like whenever in the movie they go to like the pool hall, meet up with like Matthew McConaughey and all
I think
of
it's
them.
called the Emporium.
It's called the Emporium.
Yeah.
So. Fun
Really
fact.
neat, really neat spot. We know one of the owners there personally. He's a really amazing guy. So that's kind of how we got. I think actually when we first moved to this town, we went to an open mic there and met him, and we just hit it off and became kind of friends.
Yeah, we realized we had a lot of music in common and stuff like that. So we just kind of really vibed with this person, and so we keep going back to Emporium Sports Bar.
Yeah.
But this one was extra special because we actually had someone sit in with us on percussion.
Right, yeah. So my brother came and visited us for the weekend up here, and we just kind of we had like a beer or two during the afternoon.
Flight came in on Friday,
and then we kind of just snuck that idea in there, and we were all just kind of feeling good enough to do it. Yeah. So no practice, no heads up, no warning, no nothing.
Only person that we know that would be able to do that.
Yeah, only person I would feel confident in, honestly. But yeah, it went great. It went well. We had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope he had a lot of fun too. I'm sure it looked like he did. It sounded great. Emporium Sports Bar. It's a pool hall, dartboard hall, all kinds of stuff like that.
They even have skee ball.
A lot of times it feels like sometimes there's a more local crowd as opposed to a college crowd. So the local crowd's a little bit older. But today, or at that date when we played the show, it was kind of a lot more of a younger crowd, I feel like.
Yeah, super like college crowd, which was really cool because we don't really play at the places where like the college crowds are frequenting, and we feel like
maybe some of our songs aren't really catered to them either, or like.
Well, I was thinking even the opposite. It's like our music, our lyrics are things that they could get behind or believe in, but the way that we're presenting it is not like in this electronic music way, right? To be blunt.
Right. We're not a DJ or anything like that, so it's a little bit hard to capture people's attention. It's harder to get to the places
where they are. Like we've played acoustically at some bars in town. Like there's a place called the Bar District here in Fort Collins, and like there's like multiple stages for DJs to like set up. They throw parties. They have ticketed events and stuff.
Yeah,
and when we played
placed
there,
like in the corner.
They put us like on the corner, like way far
kind
away from the stage.
Kind of out of the way.
So it was kind of refreshing at a place like Emporium Sports Bar where we could like be with
center
that crowd
stage,
and not be
well received. I think too. I mean, I had a few cats where I was like, "Are you even allowed to be in here right now?" But they came up to me after the show and were like, "Hey, like I was listening to your lyrics and it was really great." I mean, and they were a few people who come up and talk with us afterwards, which usually, we get that only from people who are really paying attention and who like the music really reached them. So
yeah, and with a venue where like everybody's playing pool or darts or something like that, you don't really get that connection because people are like into their games, like they came to do this, but it felt different this time. It felt like we
captured some people's attention.
There was some engagement, some back and forth, some interaction. People were like definitely supportive, and
I don't know if that was because my brother was there and he's such a good percussionist that it just elevated the sound so much.
Probably had a lot to do with it.
But yeah, maybe it was a little bit of both, right? It probably bolstered our confidence a little bit, and and maybe
people were able to
just
kinda,
delivered that music really well. Yeah.
move a little bit more to it with the percussion.
Yeah.
It's always good.
Yeah. So overall, I mean, it went really well. We got paid for the gig. So again, that's neither here nor there as far as like it wasn't like it now supplements our income, but it is, it does make it feel a little bit more official
Just for
that we're
other
there.
independent musicians who are maybe watching and like tracking along, keeping progress. Like,
Mhm.
this was another thing that.
And we
got
got
a
some
humble
tips
payment
as well.
for,
Yeah, humble
yeah.
payment, humble tips, which shows it is a sign of people's appreciation that we were there, and and again, we got paid in moments with people, multiple young people. Young specifically, I say, because usually
so
we
old.
don't.
Multiple young people came
I
up
mean,
to us.
21-year-olds who were like,
Yeah.
feeling it and expressing their appreciation, which was a good sign. If you're an independent musician and you're watching this, you may be running into that situation where you're trying to figure out who your audience is.
Yeah,
which is a thing that you need to do. We didn't realize that when we first started out, and we kind of had to learn from people telling us that, of podcasts that we listen to and so forth. But yes, along the way, you have to figure out who your audience is and how to reach them. And it's nice to see when you can kind of expand that audience, right? From the age groups to gender groups or whatever,
to, like,
and
geographical locations.
Right, yeah. And you want to be all encompassing, right? You want to be inclusive rather than exclusive.
Right.
But you got to start somewhere and build from there in concentric circles, right? And so, it was a moment where we kind of realized, like, oh yeah, we're able to reach this audience, age group, or whatever that maybe we previously didn't think was available to us, or whatever. So
just
that was
a
nice.
Specific venue.
Right, yeah.
And this was our third time playing there.
Yeah, so we were offered back, which was really nice.
Yeah, it was kind of like a full circle moment,
Totally.
It was a good way to be there for the third time.
Yeah.
So overall a success.
Yeah.
It was great having a percussionist with us.
Yeah,
We
absolutely.
hope to have that happen more and more and more. But
Yeah.
So show after that is April 23rd.
Absolutely. Trident
Cafe.
in Boulder, Colorado. Super excited about that. It's a little bookstore. So stay in touch, stay tuned, and
Talk
come
about
see
that
us live.
soon. Yeah, that's right. And check out our tour dates at moonstruckmelodies.com. Bye guys.
Yeah.
It's already alright.